Hi everyone, my name is Eva Bustad and I chose 1915 as my year. So there are a few things that happened. One thing that was kind of interesting was there was a pandemic, so that means it went everywhere. Um, and it was encephalitis lethargica, so it was putting a lot of people in comas. It was destroying their brains basically. Um, Research was done by Ada Hitchens, and they figured out that radium is formed by decaying uranium. Einstein had his field equations for general relativity, and there was the first transcontinental phone call from New York City to San Francisco. Also, there was the term fight or flight coined by Walter Cannon. This is a term that most of us know about. It's about your adrenaline and how your body reacts to fear. Edgar Rubin created the optical illusion Rubin vase. As you can see to the right is application into art. It was used by Salvador Dali in this piece, but it was used by multiple other artists and still is to add some depth into their self-expressive art. At this time, suffrage was also still going on. Um, as we know, in America, 1920 was when we got the right to vote. Awesome stuff. So there was propaganda that was pretty big during this time. It was big for suffrage and for the fresh. So some big things were futurism and expressionism. And so the left, futurism is very like clean cut and high tech and futuristic, if you will. The right is the title is Self Portrait as a Soldier. It was during wartime, so this is a kind of interesting piece. It's like propaganda because it's wartime and it's a soldier. He has his hand that's cut off, and it's expressionism because it's showing the hand being cut off. It's showing how he feels about it. There's a naked man in the back. It's an interesting piece, and it kind of, I think during that time it really shows how things were, especially for that Kirchner in particular. In general, I think that 1915 was an interesting time for science and technology and for health. It also brought optical illusions, which were used the throughout the years and still is. And because of the wartime, there was a lot of expressionism that was being used. So I think this year did bring in a lot of things that contributed to art that we saw in later years and even still today.